Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop Quick Tip. Today we're going to cover some more AI topics, and we're all talking amongst ourselves about what AI means for the future of photography, for the future of Photoshop, and all these things that we use. And I thought it would be a good idea to just show you where we are currently today. And it may scare you, it may turn around and amaze you, or it may just fall flat on you, but I want to cover it anyhow, okay? So I've got a completely blank canvas up here. Nothing, no picture, no nothing. And we're gonna build an entire picture, okay, using nothing but the AI in Photoshop. All right? So again, I am going to select the entire picture, Command A, which highlights the marching ants over the entire canvas. And then I'm going to go to Generative Fill. And again, Generative Fill is only available in the Photoshop beta, but you could download that completely free of charge. And I'm going to give it a prompt, and I'm just going to say Dystopian, and let's say city. It's a good start. And generate. And we'll let Photoshop churn on that for a little bit. And you got to admit, we're starting from nothing. Not a single pixel. And we're asking Photoshop to build it. And there's what it came up with for the first one. Remember, on everything you generate, it gives you 3 different choices. So we'll go to the second one. And that's not too bad. That's interesting. Okay. Not really loving much of them. Let's see if we change the prompt a little bit. Let's say ruined. Dystopian, and generate. Let's see what that comes up with. And this is part of the process of doing the generative, because the better we give Photoshop, the more understanding. And this is more like what I'm looking for. Okay. And I got 3 choices on this. And I can come in and go, all right, this is much better. And what do I like better? Tough one. I think I'll take the second one here. So this is my dystopian city. Good starting point. And if you ask me, pretty damn amazing, considering we made it from nothing. All right, so let's start putting this together. So what I'm envisioning here is maybe, okay, this is the destruction of our America, and there's scattered survivors. Everything's in ruins. We've totally gone over to a totalitarian, destroyed country. And so I got that kind of vision and vibe in my head. So the first thing I need to do is take the lasso tool, and I'm going to just lasso out an area here. And I envision some people standing here, staring at the ruins. Okay? And I'll say people staring. See how that works as a prompt. And hit generate. And we'll let Photoshop do some generations here. And depending on the speed of your computer, on how fast this goes. Okay, so there's my first choice. Got a couple people. Here we have a few more people and a different thing. So I could choose from what I like. I could say group of people. See what that comes up with. And again, the better your prompts are, the better your results are from the Photoshop thing. But as you can see, I'm building photos just on prompts. Okay. And I'm not certain what I like better, but I think I'm just going to go with this for now. So I've got the people in there. What else do I want to see here? Well, in the ruins like this, there would be fires everywhere, right? So I'm going to lasso a little bit here. And I'll just say fire. And generate. And we'll see what it comes up with. So I am literally now using Photoshop in a total different way that it's never been used before. And I have 3 choices here. Again, I can go through them, see what one looks best. And, okay. Not the best thing in the world, but hey, it works. Maybe I want another fire coming out of this window up here. And I'll do a fire up here as we go. And what we got to keep in mind here, we're dealing with a beta product. Just imagine what this thing is going to be when it's a full release. That's the whole point of it. I got 3 choices again. I think I'll just keep that one as there. All right. What else? Let's say, well, the sky looks a little empty. I think we would be under military rule at this point with dictators. And so let's put in another area here. I'm going to put in area of the sky here. And I'm going to tell it to give me a helicopter, right? Because they would probably have helicopters patrolling, right? So the point of this whole thing here is I'm showing you, okay, and I have 3 choices, which would be good, which wouldn't be good. I'm not happy with either one. I'm going to regenerate. And that's the beauty of this, is it'll generate 3 more options for me. And it did. And now if I can see if any of these are more fitting to my... All right, so not the best thing in the world, but we'll go with this one for now. And maybe else in this dystopian thing, maybe we have drones, right? They'd have drones flying the skies. And we'll hit generative fill, and I'll just say drone and throw it in here. Generate in here. And this is how we're going to move and advance. All right. So we're going to come in and maybe we'll go with that. All right. And we're going through. And what else? In this kind of rubble and that, we would have rats roaming everywhere. So let's put a couple rats here on these crates in the boxes. And I'll just do in, and I'll say I'll need a rat. It'll generate. And she's thinking. And there I have my rats. There's the dead rat. There's a live rat. And so I can just pick which best. I could even turn around and say a large rat. See what that does. Generate. And so this is going to where photography is going. It's no longer going to be, oh, I took my camera and captured something. So there's another one with a rat. There's one with the rat. And that is according to you. So I could pick out whatever was going to look best on my picture, and I continue on. Now, I could keep working on this photo, and if I was doing this as a real project, of course I would. And then maybe I want to bring things together I could do it by bringing in an adjustment layer. I could say, okay, I could bring in adjustments, and I could bring it in with a, let's just say let's see, where's my lookup? There's my color lookup. And maybe I'll put a color lookup on this thing. Maybe I'll do it by candlelight to bring it in. Don't like that too much. Crisp warm. Nah. Crisp winter. That's not too bad. Edgy amber. That's always a cool apocalyptic thing. Now, this is what I normally do, but again, you notice I went back to the conventional way of doing Photoshop, right? So I'm going to throw that away, because we're not doing this by conventional here. We're doing this the new way, the new method. So how would I cohesively color this whole thing? Well, let's Command and Control A to shoot the whole picture, and I want to darken it. Maybe that would be how I would do it in the future. Let's see what Photoshop comes up with that. And it's churning. Okay, it's puts a layer on here. I got my 3 choices. And we'll just go with the blue, and then I'll just change the blend mode. Okay. To whatever I feel is going to bring the message that I want to bring. Okay. I could have it with screen, which is kind of cool. Or I could turn around and bring it in by using a more moody hard light, and so forth, or even a darken. Okay. Multiply. I like this screen effect, and maybe I'll just soften it by doing the opacity down. And that's kind of a cool way of doing things. And again, we could just keep going and going and going. My imagination is the limitation. And remember, we started from an empty picture. Okay? And so this is where we're headed with AI and photography. It's going to amass everything, whether it's product photography and that. The only thing that's going to, I think, in my opinion, that's going to exist after this gets released is where we want pictures of our family and friends. In other words, whatever the iPhone can shoot. Everything else, commercial photography, product photography, and anything of the above, is going to be this form of photography where you create it and let the computer do the calculations and the creations. I think product design is going to be all but destroyed and gone. And again, I just did this as an exercise, okay, not to make a work of art or anything, but to show you where we currently are with Adobe Photoshop and where we're headed and the power which you see. And you got to remember, we started with nothing, okay, and we put this dystopian city together in ruins, and we put rats and fire and helicopters and so forth into the thing, and we could keep going and tweaking it to our liking. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys. So till next week, you guys take care.